Hi, my friends. Well, it's 8 o'clock in the morning here in Southern California. I think the heat reached 106, 107 yesterday, and I just read the forecast that it should be 8 degrees warmer than yesterday, whatever that means. So I am hibernating here in my tiny little adobe cottage with her. But you know, they want to escape the heat too. And guess what they've decided to do? They've decided to come to Nanny's house. And I am trying valiantly to live with them. Guess where they went? Yes, I opened my freezer about 3 days ago, and down in the bottom, right in the front of that little shelf at the bottom of the freezer, I saw this big brown pile of stuff. And I thought, what are coffee grounds doing in here? Well, when I went down and put on my glasses to see what it was all about, it was little tiny baby ants. They are euthanizing themselves, committing suicide. They are so distraught with this heat. And who has ever heard of little ants, tiny ones, heading for freezers and refrigerators in the heat? Well, this is what happens when you live in the hills. If it's not the coyotes or the moles or whatever, you have baby ants in the heat. So I decided to go over and see Moosie at the skilled nursing right away. You know, he seems so much better. He has a very nice roommate, a very nice gentleman, and they've been able to chat. The only problem he has is his TV is not working too well. And for some reason or other, they have discovered, along with him, a position when he's feeling better and not getting that pain in the back of his head or around his neck with the big collar on. They have been sitting him up in the wheelchair when he's not doing PT or whatever, and he said the pain is less. Well, I'm glad they've found out. So they've also upped his bed somewhat for sleeping. Now, I haven't talked with him yet because of my irregular sleeping patterns where I go several hours in the middle of the night, no matter what time it is. Then I go back to sleep. And I don't know whether I go back to sleep at 5 and sleep till 8 or go back at 2, whatever. With the ants accompanying me, little tiny ones, not too much, but I had to keep slapping every once in a while. So this morning I got out my spectacles and everything, and I think I might have taken care of that problem, at least so far as my sleeping situation goes. I cannot wait for fall. Here I am, surrounded by pumpkins and everything, but I don't feel it. My Margie has been telling me that she is so upset because she won't go out of the house, and I don't blame her. Certain people, like myself, cannot tolerate heat, and she has this gigantic garden of vegetables and herbs and all the rest of it. I guess she runs out early in the morning to feed the chickens morning and night, but that's about it. But she said her poor pumpkins. Now, can you imagine all the people in the world that are growing lovely pumpkins here in the West, and they're going to be mush by Halloween? How sad for the kids. At least maybe the pumpkins in the stores will survive. Enough about the heat. I will catch you later when I come home. I'm not going to stay long because I don't want to be out in the heat. I want to be home here by late morning before everything goes haywire. I have also been watering our garden very early in the morning if I'm up at 7, and otherwise things won't survive. Crazy, isn't it? I have no news other than the fact that I know we have made the right decision by having Dad in a skilled nursing right now. And I am confident that when he comes home, he will be back to square one, just like he was when he left. And I thank you for prayers, for well wishes, and for agreeing with me that this was the right thing to do. Now I'm going to leave Moosie's world the same as it is, and I'm not rushing to do anything in this heat anyway. And we'll see. we'll see what we'll do with all that. As usual, Matt and all the kids are here for me and helping out, checking on me, visiting Dad. I know Margie can't go out. She does feel the heat a lot in this heat. It's dangerous for some people. So I hope the rest of you in this world are getting along with whatever weather you're experiencing right now. It's a crazy world. I'll catch you in the afternoon if I have any news. Well, I'm home again. What a day it is out there. You know, it's so hot that my silver earrings, when they touch my neck, if I stand in the sun for just a minute or two, my silver earrings actually burn my neck. That's how hot it is. But the sad part of all this, besides being the whole western coast is just dying with heat, but the sad part is there is a wildfire going like crazy up in the mountains. You know those mountains that I always show you from here that we look across to? Those are the part of it, the San Gabriel Mountains, and then a little bit to the west are the mountains that go up to Big Bear. And there is a fire raging in a little town that was sort of at the base of that mountain called Highland. And it started going uphill yesterday. Last night it got pretty wild, and I just turned the TV on now, and it's out of control, 76,000 acres. 49,000 homes are being evacuated, and it's reached halfway up to Big Bear. A little town called Running Springs, most people are evacuating it. So sad with all these fires. And when I went out this morning to check on the garden, which is crying for water, I could smell smoke. In fact, it scared me. I thought it was nearby, but it's the smoke from that fire. And if I took a quick picture looking out at it now, you can't even see the mountains. It's all smoked and hazed over. Nope. Those mountains down there are just not visible. They're entirely covered with smoke. You can see the layers of smoke and going up into the clouds. So sad. Weather is surely unusual at so many different times of the year. And now, isn't this hurricane season when all the hurricanes back east will start and down south? Anyway, so what did you think when I told you? Did I tell you about the fact that the poor ants, it's so hot for these teeny tiny little ants, and then I won't talk about the weather anymore, that they are heading for cooler places. Now, they can't make it to the ocean. That's too far for them. But they're little teeny tiny ants. I don't know how they're getting in, whether it's through the back or up through the bottom, through all the elements, the cooling elements or whatever. They're not in my food at all. They don't care. They just want to be cool for a few minutes and then boom, they're gone. And the other part is Shamu was giving me problems. A couple of days ago, and for the last couple of days, Shamu would go stand at the door when I opened, and the blast of heat would come in. He'd look around one way, then the other, look up at me, turn around, come back in, and get back up on his piano. I don't want him out because it's just too hot. Now, right now, when I was bringing packages in, I had to stop at the store on my way home from seeing Moosie, and when I opened the door, he darted out. Crazy guy, because it's 2 o'clock now, and it's hot out there. So please keep all those people in mind that are suffering from the fires, and all the elderly and people that don't have people that help them, or they're setting up cooling stations all over LA, buildings where people that don't have facilities to stay cool can go in and find some cool air for a while. So Moosie is quite happy, I have to say. He is sitting up much more, and getting out of bed more. They're getting him into his wheelchair. Now it's the weekend, so he really, I don't think, has had any PT yet to speak of. But they're very attentive, and he's happy there. I think he finally figured out how to use this. They're drop-down TVs, so they're quite close to his face when he sits up. And his pain is definitely lessened when he sits up. Debbie is still working on getting an appointment with a neurosurgeon to see him. But her friend is the doctor that's in the skilled nursing from Monday through Friday, so he's going to be looking in on Moosie. He knows the scoop. So I feel so much better. I stopped the day before yesterday on my way home, and I got him a couple more pants that stay up, because I think he's lost probably about 20 pounds now. I'm probably approaching 10 pounds down. I realized that I have basically been eating smoked salmon, avocados, shrimp cocktails, salads, my herring and my artichokes and my broccoli dipped in my dill sauce. That's what I've been eating. And I thought I needed some chicken. So I did buy another rotisserie chicken. I didn't even eat the other one up all the way. I thought I would, but I didn't. Oh, and watermelon. Now, I know watermelon has some sugar in it, but it still tastes awfully good in this kind of heat. Now, I wanted to talk about what I picked up, wow, probably 2 weeks ago at the thrift shop. I think it was the day when I had my EO, my emotional outburst, and Colleen said, okay, now that you're fine, go on out and have some retail therapy. Well, I only had about 45 minutes before I had to be at the hospital. So where did I head? Of course, the thrift shop. Savers, my retail therapy. And I found a couple of things that I always said from years and years ago when discussing what do you buy and what makes you buy something at a thrift shop. Other than if you go particularly looking for something, a piece of clothing or something, a gift for someone else. But if you're just sort of trolling around, and what makes you buy something? Well, for me, I have always noticed if I'm in an antique shop or a thrift shop, if I see something and I make this little noise, ooh, that noise, like, ooh, that, oh, this is special, I love it, and I pick it up and I look at it and I feel it, and in the cart it goes. That is a wonderful little feeling. And, you know, people say, and of course, I'm talking to you maximalist friends, not minimalist friends, because I know you don't approve of all this. And people say, why are you trying to purge? Well, I'm not really trying to purge, just trying to get rid of junk, not stuff I love. And I read a quote somewhere that someone said, and I'm going to show you this, said, you know, go and buy what you love, what your heart loves, and when you die, your family will have one hell of an estate sale. And I just love that. So I picked this up when I saw it, and it's just a vase, I guess, or I suppose you could use it for anything. See those sweet little girls? Some are fairies, some are little girls, some might be angels, who knows? But boy, did my little heart go thump, and I made that noise when I saw this at the thrift shop. Is this cute? Don't you just love that quote? Well, these I picked up today, and I thought, wouldn't these be nice for my pressing flowers? You know, I'm kind of running out of flowers out there in my garden. They're kind of dying off right now with the heat. But these are tiny mums. I love the colors, and I think they're flowers that might press well. So I'm keeping it inside where I can look at it and enjoy it, and I just love it. Now, maximalists, don't you just love that little saying? Whoever came up with that, I thought that was great. Now I've cut some of Colleen's flowers that she brought the other day to Moosie, cut them shorter and put them in this cute little teapot that I bought. And I love it, once again, white. And it is without a lid. But if you're going to put flowers in it, it's beautiful. And look at these gorgeous flowers. One of my fun little white china pieces is this little cake stand, which I like, especially the white ones. They help elevate things when you're doing tablescapes and mantelscapes. So evidently this weekend, it's football, baseball. I did find Moosie a couple of, one Dodger shirt. In fact, I think it turned out to be a little small, so it might become mine. It's sort of this color, and I did pick this up too. I think I got this at the thrift shop too. I just love this color. A lot of you like this color too on me. So, but it's short sleeve, and when I come home, I tear off my clothes and get into something cool. Now, probably as soon as I finish this video, I will get back in my bed where it's really cool. Now, I do have an air conditioner in here. I don't need it going when I'm not in this room. But it's not too bad here right now because some of the cool air from the bedroom is coming out here. So I think that might be it. I brought you up on Moosie News. I do have a meeting over there. I think I'm repeating myself somewhat here. But the meeting on Tuesday is basically to go over his PT, which he hasn't had really any yet. I don't think they do it on the weekends over there. I don't know whether I blended I put some real fast, I call it rouge, blush on. Plus my face is red from the heat too, I think. Now, in the way of food, one of these days I'm going to talk to you about what I'm doing and losing weight. And I don't think it's showing on me really. My tummy's going down, and that makes me happy, you know, to get my tummy down. But I don't know if I'm losing it anywhere else here. But I think most of it is the fact that I'm not eating much food. I'm not eating bread to speak of, although, you know, last night I did have a tomato sandwich, but I cut the crust off. Maybe just once in a while it's okay. I try and keep away from sugar. Haven't had any desserts because Moosie isn't here to tempt me. Other than chicken, that's about it. But for me, I really don't get hungry until probably 1 o'clock. And then my last meal could be about 5. Now, that's what Colleen did to lose 30 or 40 pounds. It took her about a year. And she claims the intermittent fasting. Now she doesn't eat red meat to begin with, but she does all of her salads and her cheese and other things. I will throw in a few eggs. I'm going to have some eggs tomorrow morning and some cottage cheese. Maybe the next day. I've got to get more protein in, I guess. Oh, I have a cute little story to tell you. The grandkids have been checking in, and Bridget called me yesterday, and she said, Nanny, I know Brinley reminded me that it's Grandparents' Day at her school this coming Thursday, I believe. This coming Thursday. And last year, Moosie and I were there, and Brinley was so excited. I think I even did a clip of it. It was such a wonderful, wonderful thing. There were 1,000 or more grandparents and parents there. I might have shown you that. And all the children were singing. It's a Christian school that she goes to, and it was just heartwarming to see so many people in this church singing along with the children, and just wonderful. Well, this year, Brinley said, I guess Moosie's not going to be able to go this year, she said to her mom. And Bridget said, yes, I know. He might be coming home from the hospital soon. And Brinley said, Mom, Moosie is home. And Bridget, now little Brinley is 8, and you've met her before. She's my little Girl Scout cookie sales girl, cute little blonde gal, great little personality. And Bridget said to her, well, how do you know that, Brinley? Well, I watch Nanny's YouTube. Can you believe it? So even my great-grandchildren, the little ones, watch. That's so cute, even when their mommies don't get to see all of them. You know, this last video that I put up about going to Plan B, I love the fact that all of you supported me and agreed with me. I'm so glad it all worked out. It was the best decision. And you know, sometimes we think we can do more than we can. I underestimated Moosie's mobility and his pain. And then when I knew I was wrong, I just started trying to get the ball rolling into plan B. So I don't know how long he'll be there, but I certainly hope it will be until all of this pain is gone, the healing, a couple more CT scans. Now he has a pacemaker, so he can't have MRIs. But the CT scans show that healing is good, and he'll be able definitely to get another collar, or maybe he'll go into a secondary type collar, one that's much more comfortable. But I like the fact that he wasn't complaining of a lot of pain. His sleeps haven't been too bad. So all is well. And thank you so much for everything. You, all of you, my friends, and your hubbies and your children, your grandchildren, your daughters, you have been so kind and so loving with your prayers, so generous with everything. And I thank you. I've said this so much, but I want you to know it over and over again. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, and also for thinking about me. I will be fine here. As you know, we live in this tiny little, almost 100-year-old adobe cottage on our youngest daughter, Colleen's property, up in the hills. It's an ideal situation for us, and it's cozy and cute. Even Moosie's world right now, which is a cozy little hospital room here. But we will be fine. And I do want to mention once again that I think all these people involved in fires and hurricanes and extreme heat need our prayers too. So let's forget them. And all of you all over this world too, I know, have situations going too. I'll give you one more look at a little close-up. Is this cute or what? Now, it's not dirty. It's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be a little bit of a colored. I'll try and see if I can clean it up, but I kind of like it the way it is. Now, also, I did find a little, it's kind of like a nightstand. It's small, it's about 12 inches deep, and I think I'm having trouble accessing my jewelry. You know, I did put it here in the living room, but what with the air conditioner and the chair and all the other paraphernalias in here, then when I want to find a ring or my earrings or a cuff or something, I'm having trouble. It's dark in there too. There's no light in this cabinet. So I thought about doing something, and I found this little short little kind of night table, but it has 3 little drawers. It is a wreck. Somebody had started to strip it and then left it. But I think I'm going to faux paint it to match that chest of drawers that's underneath my TV. If you've looked at my Adobe Cottage tour, go back and look at that, and then look at that painted chest that's underneath the TV. I think I'm going to paint this little cabinet to match that. And you know what I've decided? In all the time that I'm here by myself, I can't just lie on the bed trying to be cool. Now, yes, I think tomorrow and the next day are still going to be extreme heat. So you do have to conserve your energy, and I won't be doing too much other than resting. But I'm getting anxious to do something again to keep busy. And I'm going to start my pressed flowers, and I'm going to start doing little things around here that will keep my mind occupied and my body. I still have to figure out how to get a little more exercise. Maybe I have to visit the thrift shop more. Who knows? But I can't just veg here. I'm not going to. I'm almost 87, and so far, so good. Gotta go. I will bring you up to date on any news that is happening. Unfortunately, it's not too much right now. I hope you're all staying cool, staying safe, and staying with that positive mindset I know a lot of you have had some problems lately with family or yourself. I'm praying for you, all of you. And you'll see Moosie when Moosie was in his prime, which was right before this happened. I love you. Thanks for being here. Bye for now. And God bless us all.